Why are so many people hustling and bustling these days? Why can't you just be satisfied with a 9 to 5 or just having one job? Welcome to another dose with Empire, where we share to elevate and inspire. My name is Mimi, and we will be talking about portfolio and making money move. Inflation is impacting us more than ever these days. In our last videos, we talk about 4 ways of making money. This is almost like a continuation of that video, because in that video we talked about 4 ways of making money, which is selling your time in exchange for money, the idea of lending money, what that entails, or having dividend from profit, or where you gain capitals. When you have either one of these things combined with another, that's how you build a portfolio. One of my friends said that the other day, why are so many people hustling and bustling these days? Why can't you just be satisfied with a 9 to 5 or just having one job? Now, the reason I think so many people are more than ever hustling these days, building their empires, having more than one job, is because of inflation, I think. So what does that mean? What is inflation? Inflation is when cost of goods sold is increasing. As of today, the average rate goods sold is increasing almost 6% every year. Okay? So when we have an interest rate averaging of 6% per year, and most people are just not satisfied with their salary, I'm gonna break down why factors. But for the sake of this example, we're gonna keep it simple, and we're gonna use when 100K is your yearly salary. Let's just say 100K is your yearly salary. Your mortgage is about $2,000 per month. You have car payment about $400 per month, which include maybe which include insurance, car payment combined. Let's just say anything dealing with car is about $400. Groceries is about $400. Let's just say you have any type of other expenses you have. For the sake of this example and to keep it simple, let's just say combined for the year, all your expenses is about $50,000 yearly. So you're making $100,000 yearly salary, and your expenses are about $50,000. So you tell me, Mimi, what's the problem? We're in a good spot here. If my salary is 100K and my expenses are $50,000, I still have $50,000 to play with. But you still have to pay state taxes in some locations, and you still have to pay federal taxes. And do you even have enough to have and build an emergency fund? Okay, let's just say you do. Remember, inflation is coming right around the corner. So next year, now that inflation increased the cost of goods sold, like your groceries has increased, like all your expenses are costing you about 6% more, and 6% of about $50,000 is about $3,000. Just go with me. Obviously, your mortgage payment may not increase, but maybe your car payment has remained the same, but maybe everything else has increased. This example very simple. Let's just say now your expenses has increased by $3,000 the following year just because of inflation. Year 1, your yearly expenses was $50,000, but now year 2, your yearly expense is $53,000. But remember, it's still increasing by about 6% every year. So the following year, if you increase another $3,000, so now your yearly expenses is $56,000. And if you keep increasing again, it'll be increasing to $50,000, $53,000, $56,000, $59,000, $62,000. So that means your yearly expenses is almost increasing every single year. However, your yearly salary is the same. And you can say, okay, hold up. Now we're not counting taxes yet, state taxes, or if you have unexpected, maybe you have a child now in the picture, and maybe you decided to get married. We're not counting all of these things yet. But the bottom line is your yearly salary is 100K and your expenses are increasing every year. And you can say, hold it, Mimi, hold it. if I'm working at a job, most likely my yearly salary is increasing by 3% every year. That's if you're very lucky. It will increase by 3%, right? But let's just run with it. It's increasing by 3%. However, your expenses are increasing by 6%. An average of 5 to 6%. So you're still losing money every year. But you can say, okay, baby, hold it. I can try to cut down my expenses. Yes, you can. And that will be for another video, how we can really minimize, diminish, even erase some expenses so we can build that empire and really manage our expenses and even minimize our expenses. That's a whole different video, and I agree with you. But for the sake of this example, when we are talking about inflation, your expenses gonna continue to go up, and there are ways to minimize that and navigate through that. But unfortunately, a lot of the time our salaries are not increasing, but expenses have continued to go up. So what can I do? Well, there are a lot of things you can do. And I think that's why a lot of people are realizing more than ever these days, what can I do to offset the fact that I'm losing that almost 5 to 6% and many times 7% every single year, and my 9 to 5 salary is remaining the same. And I think that's why people are building empires. They're building ways of making money. They have side hustles. They're finding ways of building money, of making money. And when I realized those facts, you guys, I was like, wait a minute, what can I do? On a personal level, I decided a few years ago to build my house from the ground. Once I have that house, I make sure 3rd floor, also known as the basement, but it's a walk-out basement with sliding glass doors where the tenant can really walk away, have their own entrance, have their own camera system, where they have their own walkway, they have their own doors, their own security system, and where there are 2 bedrooms, 1 living room area, fireplace, fridge, and there are so many protocols and so many systems, so many things I had to do to get it up to code to make sure we had a living room area. I mean, I live in the Washington DC area. Having something like this is gold for some people. But I think that's why I think a lot of people are forced to think outside of the box, to manage, make more money. Not just because we see influencers online, and we see influencers going online, spending money, spending that. Or maybe some of us do want that too. There's nothing wrong with that. I think we are more aware of mental issues on what we need to be happy, but we also need to find ways to offset the idea of making money, which we need to find our idea of happiness. I don't think it's just greed. I don't think it's just trying to copy influencers or models out there or movie stars out there. I think the idea is we want to be happy, and we want to find ways of being happy, and therefore it entails finding ways of making more money, building our empires, our way to find that true nature of happiness. What did you guys think? Do you agree that that is something that is truly happening more than ever these days as people continue to build their empires? Okay, you guys, this is it for this video. The idea of why so many people hustle, side jobs out there. And I think it's not just the fact that we are not working. I think people are working more than ever these days, and I think it's gonna continue to grow. So in this channel, we are going to talk more about not only finances, making money move. We're also going to be talking about what can we do to manage the hustling life, manage the idea of building your own empire. One of the things I talk about is project management, and we are gonna talk about that more in our next videos for sure. So when you are managing your portfolio, when you're hustling out there, what are some of the key points people are doing out there to really help you make and build your empire? Okay, you guys, thank you so much for listening. I will see you in the next one.